Hey everybody, and welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be modeling an industrial style caster, and we're going to do that in Maya. Here we go. This video has been made possible by RenderHub.com, the premier site for selling and buying your 3D related content, such as 3D models, HDRI files, sound effects, textures, print ready models, and much more. Okay everybody, so industrial style caster. Well, let's start with the easy bit. We're going to go and make the actual wheel, or the vulcanized rubber, I think it is. We're going to go up to create, we're going to polygon primitives, we're going to select the pipe. We're going to hit E to rotate it, hold down J as we do so. So it will flip in sections of 15 degrees. And that's the default, so you know that you're setting it up straight. We're going to scale it up a bit by hitting R. We're going to pull it in. That would be about the dimensions that I would like to have, right? And let's go in here and go to Edge and double click on this guy, and shift double click on this guy, and go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. And then we'll do 0.01, let's see, 0.03 maybe, yeah, a little bit more. 0.5, 0.2, 0.2 is fine. Let's go into segments, so let's do 3. And we're gonna smooth this guy out, so no worries. So that's good, that one we'll leave alone, and then we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go into Insert Edge Loop, set that to multiple and 2. And I'll put in 2 here and 2 there. There you go. Okay. Q on the keyboard, right click face, click and shift double click, click, shift double click, Control E to extrude. Let's do negative 0.1. That's not enough. Let's do negative 0.3. That's better. Let's try and smooth this guy out. Let's hit 3. That's what it will look like. Perfecto. All right, cool. So we're going to go back by hitting 1, and then we're going to go to Mesh and Smooth to actually smooth it. All right. Subdivision level 1 is fine. So there you go. There's our wheel. Now for the interior, the inside of that wheel, what we want is to have an axle, or basically it's a bolt, a nut and a bolt, right? And we need to work around that. So I need to create that first to get a sense of what it would look like proportion wise. So I'm going to take a polygon cylinder, I'm going to hit E to rotate, hold on J once again, and I'm just going to look at the size here. Now that would be about right. I'm going to hit Control A to open up the attribute editor, yeah, and let's set this to 5 or maybe 6. Yeah, I think 6 is better, right? Okay, so now that we have that at 6, basically what we're going to see is the head of the bolt or the nut section. That's all we're going to see. So I'm going to push this in, hit W, pull this out. That's just going to be as a reference for now, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so next we're going to go in, we're going to take a polygon cylinder, we're going to hit E to rotate, we're going to hold on J, like that. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to hit R to scale it to about where we need to be. We're going to Control A to open the attribute editor. We're going to go to caps and set that to 3. And as you can see, the one in the middle is perfect. It's staying within the dimensions of our bolt head, like that. And then we're going to go in and we're going to right click and go to face. And we're going to delete those faces like this. We're going to go in here, we're going to hold down the tab key, we're going to select these faces, delete that. All right, then we're going to go in, we're going to hit W, we're going to move that in here, like this. And then we're going to take this outer edge, double click on it. We're going to move that in, so you get that shape right there. And we might need to adjust it a little bit, but that's fine. So let's hit R and scale it a little bit. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to double click on this guy, go to Edit Mesh and Bevel, set that to 0.2. That's fine. We're going to right click at a face, click and shift double click, Control E to extrude, W to pull in, like so. And let's smooth this guy out. Let's hit 3. Okay, nice. So we're going to go to mesh and smooth, and there you go. Let's check the position. So that is looking okay. No gaps or anything like that, don't think. You might need to bring this out a little bit more. So just like that, hit R to scale. And now I'm absolutely sure that we're okay. All right. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to go to the top. We're going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and hit the insert key. And we're going to move the pivot to the center, right? So we're going to hold on X. And we're going to move it right there. Hit the insert key again. We're going to Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold down J, and flip it around like this. And now we have it from both ends. Okay, so I got one there, and shift select the other one here. We're going to go to mesh and combine, so it's one object. And I believe we already smoothed it, but let's go to mesh and smooth. There you go. Alrighty, so we got that. And in order for me to see correctly whether they are sitting okay, I'm going to right click and go to, come on, go to assign, come on, assign new material. And I'm just going to give it a different color because sometimes it's kind of hard to see. And by doing so, you can see whether you connected up correctly or not. And I think we are. All right, and this guy smooth out. Okay, that's the problem, right? So we're going to mesh and smooth on this guy. And there we go. All right, so we have that. Let's get rid of that baby blue. Just to take a standard Lambert, there you go. And then we got this guy, of course. Let's adjust him. We're going to first of all hit R to scale it in a bit, like that. And I do want to add a little bit of detail. I mean, this doesn't look good to me. So we're going to hit F to go in here. Let's go into insert edge loop. That's still set to 2, yeah. So we've got 2 here. Let's hit R and kind of scale that out like that. And then we're going to go in here and let's see, we'll do 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Okay. Q on keyboard, hold down Tab key in face mode. Get rid of that inside, that's okay. And in here we need to sort those n-gons, okay? So we're going to open up the modeling toolkit and go to the multi-cut tool, and we're going to jump from here to there. We're going to hit enter. All right. So now that we have that, what we can do is right click and go to vertex. We're going to take those corner vertices, like so, and we're going to hit W and we're going to bring them in like that. We'll make it look a lot better, right? Okay. And then if you like, you can go in here, go to edge, double click on this guy, Control E to extrude, pull it out a little bit, hit R to scale it in a little like this, and then we're going to double click on this guy, go to edit mesh and bevel. Let's do 0.3 and put in a section there. Okay, so we've got this guy, we're going to hit W, we're going to move that in. Have to frame that so we can see what's going on. All right, so we've got that. We're going to jump to the top, same as before. We're going to select this guy. So this guy, come on, yeah. We're going to move the pivot point, hit the insert key, hold down X, move it to the center, hit the insert key again, hit Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold down J, and flip around like this. All right, and there we have that section, right? I'm going to drag select all of this. I'm going to hit Control G to group it, and we now have a group called Nothing Just Yet. I'm going to go to Edit, Delete by Type in History, Modify in Freeze Transformation. So we're going to call this is called Wheel. All right, okay, let's go on to the next bit. So we need the whole mount to have it connected to whatever you want to connect it to, right? So we're going to take a polygon cylinder, we're going to hit R, we're going to scale that up, and let's close this down, let's close this down, let's do a subdivision level of 12, that should be okay. Then we're going to go into the top, and let's have a look at this. We're going to take it, we're going to W, we're going to move it like so, and let's look at it from a couple of angles here. So this is going to be, I would say, up here, something like that, right? We're going to go in here, we're going to take the vertex, this one, we're going to move that up, and then we're going to try and create a line here. And now that we have this, let's have a look from this point. That's about what we want, right? So then we're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to go in here and right-click and go to face. We're going to hold the Tab key. We're going to go around here, delete those. Then we're going to go in here, still hold the Tab key, delete those. And then we're going to go into the back, and we're going to select 1 and 2. Control E to extrude, and we're going to hit W, and we're going to move them back like this. Okay, let's have a look again. So let's move it back a little bit more. That would be, I think this is about right. Then we're going to go and move this guy a little bit to, I would say, about there. Let's have a look. Okay, that's the part that's going to be hugging our wheel, right? And we might need to adjust that size, and we'll do so in a second. Let's hit R and bring that in. That's getting closer to the thickness of our wheel. Pull it in like this again. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So now that we have that, we're going to go in here, we're going to right click, go to face, and actually we'll leave that closed, that's fine. We do want to get rid of these. So delete that and delete that. All right, that part looks okay. We just want to go in here to vertex, drag click this guy, and bring that down, preferably straight. Doesn't have to be 100% straight. A little arch there might be cool. So there you go. We're going to go in here. We're going to hit 3 to preview smooth to have a look. Starting to get there. We're going to hit 1 to go back. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on the top here for a second. We're going to go in and double click on that. Control E to extrude. R to scale in like this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to slightly raise that up. Say hit W. G to repeat. R to scale in. G to repeat. R to scale in again. And let's see. We'll hit W to push this down like so. And you'll understand why in a second, right? Let's straighten this out. So to make sure that that's perfectly straight, what I'm going to do is hold down X and snap it, snap it, snap it, take all 3, And now we want to move it to where we want to be. And this is far enough, so that looks all right. Okay. So this seems to be okay. We need to give it some thickness, okay? And we need to get rid of these faces now. So 1 and 2, there you go. And let's see if we're gonna bring these corners down. 1 and 2. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, so we got this. We're gonna hit Control E to extrude. Let's do 0.02. It's not enough. 0.1, 0.2 even. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's do a preview smooth. Let's hit 3. Now you could have it look this round if you want to. I think it's a bit too much, so we're going to want to go back. What we're going to do is we're going to go into Insert Edge Loop. Let's set it to manual and 1, and then let's go in here. Still set to 2 for some reason. Looks like no, it's not. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, so we got one there, and let's see, we'll put one down here. That's wrapping all the way around. We might want to put one here, one there, and we'll put one in here. Oh, not there. One there. Q on the keyboard. Let's do a preview smooth again. Yeah, that looks a little bit more suitable. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth it. And then we can select it again and hit 1 so we can see what the result of that smooth is. That would be this. And we might even want to consider bringing it down just a little. Will give us a little bit more meat for the bolt of our wheel there. Okay. And considering this is round and we want it to stay that way, what we're going to do is we're going to take our wheel group here and we're going to hit R and we're going to slightly scale that out. And the reason for that is that looks all right. That we now are going to go up to edit and ungroup. Okay, and I'm going to take this guy, hit W, pull that out to here, and that's where we need to get careful because we don't want that to cut into that material, right? So that's where we need to extend it a little bit, which is okay. To about there, and then we're going to move that a little bit over. Let's have a look. Let's take this. All right, and then we're going to take this right here, and we're going to hit B on our keyboard for soft select, right? And we're going to hold the B and bring it down in. And then we're going to hit R, and we're going to push that in just a little bit. And that should fix most of it. Hit B to turn that off. Okay, good. So we got this guy in object mode, and it seems to be sitting clear, which is exactly what we want. And we want this to be a bolt type deal, right? And of course we want to have a round axle in the middle, right? So for that we'll take a polygon cylinder, we'll hit E to rotate, we'll hold down J and flip it. It's kind of hard to see, so let's do it from here. Hold down J. There you go. First I'm going to scale it out quite a bit because I don't want to see those end faces. There's no need for that. So just like that, and go into face mode. Hold down Tab. Delete. Hold down tab, delete. And then we're just going to bring this guy in. And we need to bring that diameter down a bit. And then extend it out. Okay, so that all looks good. And yeah, what you can do is you can either place a bolt upwards here. So we'll borrow one of these, right? So we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to W to move that up. And then we're going to go to Modify and Center Pivot. You can hit E to rotate, hold down J, and do it like this, and place one under here. But I want to do it a different way. We're going to flip it around like this. We're going to go up to the top here, and we're going to move it in this direction. I have to frame that. And we're going to snap it. So hold on X, and then we're going to move it in this direction. And let's hold down V and snap it here. Let's do some minor adjustments. And what you basically would want to do here is put a plate up here, right? So a mounting plate. So for that we need something that is somewhat square. So what we'll do is we'll take a simple polygon plane. I'll pull that up. We'll hit R to scale that out. W to bring that in. Let's try and get it nice and centered. Let's center it on this guy, right? Okay, so we're gonna hit R and we're gonna scale it up a little bit, and I wouldn't go any further than this. I would say that would kind of make sense, right? Okay, and then what you want is to shape it. Well, you don't have to, but what I would do is I would bring it up a little bit. I'll show you what I mean by that. So you need to have clearance for that head, right? So we're going to go to Face, hold down the Tab key, and at the very least you want to have this area right there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to hit Control E, you're going to hit W, and you're going to pull that down something like this. Now when you smooth this out by hitting 3, you'll get something like this, which looks kind of cool, right? But we do need to give it some thickness, so we're going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to hit Control E to extrude. Let's do 0.2 on thickness, right? And then go in and go to Mesh and Smooth. And I would go 2 on this one, right? So you would get something like that, right? And then that's how that's mounted to that wheel, and then that would be, you know, underneath whatever you're using it for. And if you're doing that, obviously then you don't need this, right? But if you want to use it like this, you would. So basically that's how you create a caster. And what I'll do is I'll follow it up in a second video where I'll be texturing it in KeyShot. That video will not be readily available on YouTube. It will be on my sponsor's channel. It's free. I mean, you just have to follow the link below and you can see how I texture it in KeyShot, but you do have to follow that link, right? Okay, so that's all there's to it, guys. Hopefully you had fun, and if you follow along in video 2, you will hear me there, and if not, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Yes.